and I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do without freedom?
They're asking if you can be sitting on your couch one day, eating some Cheetos, driving in your car, singing along to a little Springsteen on the radio, and have a drone strike wipe you and your family out without anyone ever telling you that that was a possibility or giving you a chance to defend yourself in court first.
And we're supposed to feel safe about this. We're supposed to think this is to fight terrorism, when of course it actually is terrorism. Most of what we're told about terrorism is, I think, phony baloney. But of course the federal government is establishing a police state, cameras everywhere, on every light pole,
right.
Reading our emails, listening to our phone calls, and now shoot you in your backyard if they don't like what you're doing.
As a country, 100 years ago or so, for some reason, we chopped freedom into pieces. And I have come to the firm conviction that we should never give up any liberty on the pretense that we're going to have more security. We have the government turned upside down. The government becomes more secretive. At the same time, your privacy is being undermined. The Constitution was meant to protect your liberties, your privacy, and the government was to be open.
Unfortunately, this country is returning to tyranny. More and more centralized government and more control.
That has to be reversed, or we cannot have a republic anymore.
It's war profiteering. People are making so much money off war, off the death of people.
We're very sorry for your loss, man.
Ron Paul is the choice of the troops. You want to support the troops? It's time to start listening to them.
Put soldiers on the street and have Americans looking over their shoulders, bend the law, shred the Constitution just a little bit. We do that, and everything that we have bled and fought and died for is over.
When the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part, you can't even passively take part, and you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop, and you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
If we don't act now, we're going to lose all our rights.
We are run by literal psychopaths. They are in charge, and we've got to change things, and it has to be grassroots.
You want to talk about oppression? Let's talk about ACTA, HIPAA, SOPA, NDAA, the right to protest.
This is like something out of V for Vendetta. This cannot stand. This is totally unacceptable.
We've seen these warning signs before. We saw them in Eastern Europe. Now it's come to the United States. The United States of terror.
We live in a pretty dark world right now, but it's waking up.
In his heart and in his head, in his character and in his intellect, in what he has done and in what he will become. Ron Paul is one of us.
We all have within us the flame of freedom, that spark of love and life.
Your generation, the young people of this country, have awakened, and this is just going to be the beginning of something very, very big for this country.